What up, Wimps? Welcome back to Horror Games Wimps, the show where I get scared so you get spared. My name is Umbi. It's been a while. A new revamped Hugfwa means new revamped warning system. So here's how we're doing things now. There will be a little countdown from 5 to 0 in the bottom corner of the screen, accompanied by a colour. That colour lets you know sort of what kind of jump scare we're in for. So starting at the least scary tier, it is the green tier, basically just for little spooks. So for example, in Until Dawn, if you are familiar with the seance scene, where there's a little ghost girl kind of appears in the background. And if you're not familiar with the seance scene, well, I'm going to play it now with the warning over the top so you can see what I'm talking about.
Hannah, what happened to you? L-I-B?
The library. Maybe there's something in the library here?
Like I said, not exactly scary. Maybe if you're like me, the first time I played through the game, you didn't even notice she was there. Green is for mild, small things that I only feel are worth mentioning because they're there, but they shouldn't really scare anyone. Oh, green also will apply for times where I scare myself because something will happen on the screen that's not actually scary, but I'll not notice something and then I'll notice something and then I'll be spooked and I accidentally spook you, and I apologize about that if I do that. I didn't mean to do that. Yellow tier is for startles. So if green is spooks, then yellow is startles. They're not really a big jump scares, but you know, they're the kind of thing that might make you go, oh, for fuck's sake. Things that might not necessarily even have a visual component, like for example in Until Dawn, when Sam's walking through the house in a towel and the clock goes off. That's a big audio cue and a big audio sting, but nothing actually happens on the screen. That doesn't mean that the yellow tier is strictly audio scares. They can have visual components. Kind of just using it at my own discretion here. Basically, if you see the yellow pop up on screen, prepare for something to maybe startle you, but you shouldn't need to like look down in the comments and look away. And now we get to the red tier. This is your classic bread and butter vintage jump scare. This is 90% of supermassive games. Red tier is anything that jumps out at you if it takes up the screen or the camera zooms in on it and it's got a big audio sting. The difference between like a red audiovisual jump scare and a yellow one is pretty much just how much of the screen the jump scare takes up. If it comes from off screen onto screen and only takes up like half the screen, I might pop it in yellow depending on how much of the audio cue actually, you know, scares you. Otherwise, if it takes up the entirety of the screen, that's a red, baby.
Jess. Buddy, you in there?
And finally, we've got the blue tier. The blue tier is actually not for jump scares at all. It's mainly for content warnings. If you've played Doki Doki Literature Club or you've watched anyone play Doki Doki Literature Club, you know what comes after this scene. And it's not really a jump scare, but I definitely think it deserves some kind of warning. It'll be blue before scenes of great violence or gore or graphic depictions of self-harm or suicide or anything like that. Anything basically that I decide should be noted. It's worth noting that with all these 4 tiers, there's not actually going to be a description on the screen of what happens. That's all going to be in the description. So if you're the kind of person that I'm making this show for, i.e. me, a big coward and crybaby and scaredy cat, then I do recommend that you read the description or at least the comments before each episode. Everything that you need to know about each episode will be in there. And of course, the important part of all of this is that I am not the arbiter of what needs to be content warned or not. So if you feel like I missed something in an episode, please do let me know. If you feel like something should have been bumped up to another tier, it'll be too late for me to re-edit the episode, but I will consider it for future episodes. This tier system right now is in alpha. It's very nebulous. It's susceptible to change. I'm going to be going off basically any feedback that you guys give me. So that's it for this little primer. Thank you guys for watching. I hope that you enjoy the show. I hope that you enjoy all the new episodes. I'm putting a lot of work into it. You can see I've even made like graphics and logos and shit. For the time being, videos are going to go up on Saturdays and Tuesdays. Hi there, I'll be here from the future as I'm editing this. I've actually decided that the videos are going to go up Monday, Wednesday and Friday, with the exception of today, October 31st, being a Saturday. There's obviously going to be an episode going up today as well, but otherwise Monday, Wednesday, Friday from now on. Thank you guys for watching. Wimp.